Hello. It is 10:32. And as you can see, 10:32 p.m., sorry. And as you can see, I have switched up the setup. Um, I no longer have the computers here, so I'm doing it from my laptop. And yeah, the mic is here. I was like, fuck it. uh, so yeah, I still don't know what I'm gonna do with the mic long term. I mean, obviously I'm gonna keep it, but I've realized at this point, after doing the move of the computers and the three boxes, which turned into three boxes plus two small boxes, which I just kept here, plus two little bags that had the peripherals for the stuff and a little basket. I'm like, oh my god, this is basically another box. But yeah, I fit it all in my car, which is great. But then I was like, oh shit, it's if I don't have the seat down, I don't really have much space aside from everything in there. Um, so until I figure out the more long-term situation of where I'm going to be living, I think all that stuff's just going to have to stay with her. Which is fine. That's kind of the plan, but anyway, so I got my little checklist that I talked about. Um, I have been working on it. I definitely, I'm glad that I did the move of everything. But now I'm like, everything's so much more annoying. Like I didn't do any editing today. I originally was going to. I vegged out for like 2 hours in the morning, and then I started getting the computers ready, and then I realized I needed to move files, which took like 2 hours to move files, because it didn't have enough space in the external. So I moved it to the base computer. So now that has a full copy of everything, of all the edited videos up until this point, which I still want to clean out the NAS server hard drive stuff. But anyway, also I'm like, I hate the fact that I have like having a wireless mouse seems cool in principle until you realize that Raycon stuff uh and a wireless mouse conflict, and that's really annoying. So I'm like, what the fuck? And I found that out when I was doing when I was using the wireless mouse and I tried to put my Raycons in, and it was like, oh no, you can't do that. So yeah. Um Other than that, man, the room is starting to get really bare. Um there's like a lot of like daily living stuff just around, but really it's like it looks like there's a lot more stuff than there actually is because the drawers are all empty. The closets are basically empty as well. There's like a few things. God damn it, I forgot. There's um there's the VR stuff in the top that I forgot about. It's a bag that has the peripherals for the VR, not the VR itself. That's packed away in the boxes. Oh, that's annoying. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, so I didn't do the run to Goodwill yet, so that's tomorrow. But that also means I can probably, if I really want to, I could probably get another box together because I forgot about there was a bunch of wires that I totally forgot and just shoved in the very bottom like big drawer in my Calyx, and I'm like, why did I do this? So I'm like, what do I do with these wires? Um Odds are I'm probably just going to get rid of them because they don't really have a purpose. So yeah. I also realized, and I got to write this down. I want a nightlight, an LED light, nightlight. LED. The reason I want an LED one is because my computer has LEDs, and so when I would go to bed, the surroundings would have LED lights kind of in the background. Um, Not directly like on my face or anything, but like, down below my desk, it would be shining LED lights from the fans and whatnot. So, and I like it. So I'm like, yeah, I'll figure out if I can get a nightlight for that. Um, Preferably one that I can like. I wonder if I can do like a USB-C charge nightlight thing. Because yeah, I could just do like a wall outlet one, but then that makes it to where if there's no wall outlet within the vicinity, or a good spot, then it kind of fucks it up. So it has to be sitting in a bad spot. So maybe I can find one that's like it can go in a wall outlet or it can be charged via USB-C, or something like that. I don't know. We'll see. Um, but yeah. um, I mean, it's really starting to get down to the wire on like, I need to get my tickets tomorrow. That's kind of the main thing I need to do. I was gonna do them today, and ugh. I also realize I need to do editing as well. So I'll see how that all feels with the 4K stuff on this computer. I hope it isn't awful, but I'm prepared for it to take a couple hours per 4K video. We'll see. Um, so yeah, and I found what I think is gonna be the bar soap thing that I'm gonna be doing. I found a little pouch that does. You can just do a quick dry thing. You just slip it inside and it's done. I don't know. It's also the little exfoliator thing. I don't know how gross that's gonna get, so I'm kind of questioning. But it was cheap, so it's like, okay, whatever. If it gets kind of weird, um, I can replace it. But I was looking into the clothes, and it's marine or maritime, or it was like maritime wool, or starts with an M. Don't remember, but it's a special type of wool that it isn't super durable, but it is like odor repelling effectively, to where you can wear for multiple days and you won't really smell or anything weird like that. Now, there was a mention that if you sweat a lot, which I do, um, there could be issues. And especially because it's going to be the summer, I'm like, fuck. So, uh, so the plan is I'm going to pack some of those, like probably three, like the guy recommended that I was watching, that was talking about these. He recommended doing like three of those shirts, and then um if you're going to be going out and doing stuff, get like a polyester shirt that is just like liquid resistant. It's gonna smell awful. So you can't really use it more than once before you have to wash it, but it will get the job done and won't ruin your other clothes. So I don't know. I'll just test it out and see what happens. If worse comes to worse, I can always just get some stuff there. Although I'd rather not have to buy clothes somewhere in a different country if I don't have to. Although to be fair, it'd probably be better if I did it. I don't know. Yeah, I'm just looking around. I've been using I really like using the sink in the bathroom as kind of a staging area because it's so long and big. Um, I'm able to just kind of put a bunch of different things that I want to sort on there. So that's really nice. So I've been pulling stuff out of the closets and then putting them there so that I can look and be like, okay, well, I should probably take care of this, and then I work through it, and then next thing. So, which there really isn't much left again. Um, I've been thinking about, mm, yeah, like just it's gonna be really hard for me to get everything into one backpack, but if I can, that's gonna be it's gonna be exponentially better than having any sort of carry on that like I have to roll around. Um so yeah. Just mainly because if I have to like walk to from wherever, if I have to walk to the Airbnb or the hotel or the whatever, um having the backpack is just going to make everything so much easier. And I don't feel as weird about carrying around a backpack as I do about um, carrying literally just luggage. It's like the luggage makes it stand out immediately that I'm like giga tourist. Whereas if I'm just a backpack, there's like an added layer of, okay, well, maybe he's done this travel thing more than once, even though, you know, I've just done the international this one time. So, um, yeah. So I think overall that's kind of where I'm at. Um, I'm really trying to wean myself off the constant need for the headphones and the computer. I think that's the hardest thing for me because I fell back into that complacency of watching stuff and playing video games and listening to my book and feeling really comfortable with like my setup. Um, this setup now is more akin to the travel setup. Um, so hopefully this will incentivize me to be off the computer more because it's not as convenient, it's not as fun. Um, I keep reaching for the mouse and there's no mouse because I don't have it plugged in. So I'm using the little scroll pad. I am getting a wired mouse, but like, you know, still. um Also, I tried today to I can't believe that just fell like that. I'm so mad. Um I tried to get this guy to the thing that fell was the case. I tried to put an emulator on it, EmuDeck, and for some reason it just can't download the internet. And I'm like, what the fuck? And what I mean by that is a browser. It's just not letting me download a browser. And I'm really frustrated about that. I'm like, why are you not downloading? So my next plan, which let's see. Yeah, I have a USB-C plug, so I'll need to get another one of those USB-C plug thumb drives, and I will see if I can download EmuDeck or yeah, I think it's EmuDeck or whatever. Download that for like on the thumb drive, and then see if I can open it from the thumb drive. Then, if I can do that, maybe I can just kind of jank my way into like having a browser by downloading a browser from or getting the browser installation pack and then doing it that way. Like that should work theoretically. So, although I'll have to make sure I don't get the Windows one and I get the one that works for Linux. So, because I'm pretty sure Steam OS is a branch of a Linux engine, or it's based in the Linux engine. So, um, yeah. And then if I do that, then I can get all the emulator stuff that I want before I leave. You know, not that I'm gonna use most of it, but you know, there's I don't know if I can really explain this well, but there's just something about just being able to boot up something you played in your childhood and play it again in an unfamiliar setting. It's like it helps ground me into like, okay, there's something familiar, even though it's like it's silly, but it you know, there's it's very comforting. Um So that's the main reason I want to have that for like, oh, you know, Legend of Dragoon. I was like looking at that and I was like, oh yeah, I used to play that and that was fun. And I don't think I want to. I'll probably still do it. I'll probably still download Dark Cloud, but um, man, that game is like not good now. It's like had a lot of really cool concepts, but it's okay. Um, and yeah, just strolling down memory lane and kind of adding stuff that seem like they would be fun to do on a plane. Um, because you know, my thought is, okay, you know, the first pass is okay, if I have Wi-Fi access, that'd be great. But if I don't have Wi-Fi access for some reason, then you know, I can just pop open an emulator or play on Steam offline. And yeah. But a lot of the Steam games that I like have the asynchronous battles like the backpack battle. So, um, which I could play fucking hours on that. Like that game is really fun. So, they also finally in the Oaken Tower game, they finally nerfed the skull shield that like had allowed you to have like infinite shield. It was so broken. The whole meta was like around building that shield up to the highest stacks possible. So they nerfed it, but it's still broken late game. And the devs were talking about how like, yeah, we initially just balanced everything around getting the 10 wins, and then people were like, "Oh, I really wish I could play like an infinite mode." And so they just added it as like, "Oh, yeah, sure, why not?" But they didn't balance anything around infinite mode. So you have these really broken builds around infinite mode. They also changed how you um I just realized I'm going into the weeds. Needless to say, that's yeah, it's fun. So same thing with like oh god, what is it? The Caravan Tavern game. I don't remember what it's called. That's really fun. Um there are a few games that are definitely fun to play. So I also got to check to see how the NAS operates um, on the laptop. Where so I have access to all the base files on the NAS. That's because obviously I'm on the same network. But I just want to check Plex to see if I can open up Plex on here, um, which I should be able to. Shouldn't be a problem. But yeah. Um, I don't know. I'm a little nervous. Excited, nervous. Um, I think so. The thing for me that I'm really hoping kind of happens sooner rather than later during this whole thing is that I kind of meet people that, the like the soul tribe, the significant other person, meet these people, uh, not so I can have a direction, because that's not like I already kind of have a direction, even though it's not fully fleshed out. There's this like, I've been talking for a while about this ability that I have in regards to kind of getting down to the heart of someone's struggle or problem, and kind of picking through it to figure out, okay, what is it that you're actually struggling with, and then kind of helping to alchemize that, um, and teaching people how to do that. And that's still in the back of my head. I know that I'm good at doing that because I've done it my whole life. And I know that people can, in fact, get a lot of benefit out of me helping them with that. So I just don't the thing that I struggle with, and this is where I'm hoping I can get some help. Like, you know, I'm hoping my spirit team sends down a helper to kind of help me figure this out. Um, but the idea is basically what I need some form of like way to just get the client and to interact with clients. Um, because I know once I'm like working with people, they're gonna like see how valuable the expertise that I have is, and then it'll kind of snowball from there. So what I really just need is I need help like with the initial like how do I even, like as you can see, like I'm not someone who like tries to market myself. Um so like I don't know about the marketing. I don't know about how I'm supposed to even like interface with the public in order to like have people know like what I'm offering. Um and yeah, I don't know. Like I just know that that has to be part of this whole thing I'm doing. So it's like there's that portion of it, then there's the writing, and then there's the like travel slash whatever it is. Um and it's those three things combined that I know are like the keys to what I'm going to be doing going forward. Um it's just yeah, I'm not very good at the like marketing side of things or the like knowing how to yeah, just like that whole side of things I'm just not experienced at all in. Um so that's where I'm hoping I can find someone that's like has strengths in that area and I can be like, "Great. Uh you know how to put me in a position to do the thing I'm good at. Just get me there. I just need help getting there." And then I'll handle that from there. I just need to be sat in a seat and then have the person next to me or in front of me like needing help. And then I can do the rest. I just need to get to that point. Um so yeah. Um because obviously so here's the thing. I know that I go into like deep topics and I talk about the struggles I'm going through and all of that stuff. And it may seem like, okay, well, like, can you actually help anyone else? And it's like, I'm looking at the struggles I'm having in terms of they're not really like, yeah, they're struggles, but they're not really super big deals in like relative to the rest of my life. And so it's kind of like I don't know, I've been trying to use it as a teaching tool where whenever I can, I will go into the extra detail to explain my thought process, to explain where my thoughts are at, why am I feeling what I'm feeling, and analyzing it in the moment instead of doing it in my head without actually explaining and then saying, oh, well, I figured it out. Because that won't actually help people to see the process. And so my thoughts are if I continuously do this in my vlog stuff, naturally, without me even telling you guys you should do this, which I do say, hey, like these are important things to think about. But I don't directly say, go do X. Um, so my thought is the vlog is a passive way for you to slowly learn a thought pattern that helps you to do what I'm doing. And so maybe when you first started watching the vlog stuff, um, and like day 1 or day 2, it's like, okay, well, who is this guy? Um, but as you've seen different instances of me kind of like struggling with doubts, struggling with whatever it is, and then talking through the process, you've become kind of accustomed to that idea of when I'm struggling, I work through the struggle and try and figure out solutions and try and understand the underlying problem I'm going through rather than the surface level. So like a surface level thing might be um I get angry every time I see a bee. And you know, below the surface level is okay. Well, when I was younger, I got stung by bees and maybe a friend like got really hurt from bees. And so now I get really angry when I see bees, but I don't consciously think about it that way. So it feels like something irrational until I dig deeper and realize, oh, it's because of this incident when I was a kid. And then you go deeper and you're like, oh, okay. It's like the bees, because of the way they fly at you and they kind of buzz around, it's like they're not in your control. So there's also this control element of like feeling out of control in your life, and it brings it back up every time, and you go deeper and deeper, right? Um and so doing that in real time with real issues will kind of subconsciously like train the the logic side of your brain to see a potential avenue to do that. So you next time you have a problem, you say, "Oh, well wait a minute. Maybe I can actually dig a little deeper instead of the surface level stuff." And it's okay if you don't do that, but that's my idea on the vlog content. Um that's why I take the time to like do that. And I'm going to continue doing it. Because I think seeing the process happen in real time will just help to where even if it a little bit rubs off, that's just a little bit more. Um, that's another tool in your toolbox. So yeah. Um, and then this, I'm gonna do the same thing with the book, although the book's gonna be about a fictional character, right? So the fictional character is gonna go through a lot of like struggle, and during those struggles, the fictional character will be doing a similar kind of style of like, okay, well, how do I kind of work through this? What is it that I'm really upset about? Am I upset that I got kill stolen for a kill in something, a tournament or something? Or is it actually that I feel like I have to prove myself and there's a lot of pressure, so on and so forth, right? So, um, so yeah, so there's like the writing content, there's the travel slash like vlog content, and then there's the more structured one-on-one content. And the one-on-one content's like, okay, let's sit down and let's actually pick your brain and figure out like what your next steps are, or you know, let's dig deeper. You're struggling to figure it out. Okay, I'll try and help like guide you to figure it out. So yeah, I don't know. That's the three pillars that I think are gonna make up what I'm doing, and my hope is that uh there could be someone that maybe this is the partner, maybe it's part of the soul family, maybe it's just some random person, I don't know, but finding someone that will be able to help um give suggestions on like a structure of how to market this in order to, because okay, at the end of the day, I know how to market the book. I'm probably just going to do it through Patreon and through Royal Road. And that's kind of where that goes. Um, the vlog content, it's YouTube. Like, yeah, I could make socials. Like, I have socials, but I could make like TikTok videos or YouTube shorts that are like little snappy things that I could like say or whatever. Maybe I'll do that sometime in the future, but I don't know. Like, I feel like eventually people will just find me. Um, and I do believe strongly in my content being put in front of the right people that just need to hear this, or um, that will resonate with what I'm talking about. So, um, yeah. So there's that. Uh, the main thing is like I don't know how if you don't have like, I don't have tens of thousands of followers or hundreds of thousands of followers. So I can't use myself as a marketing device at the moment. And I think part of it is like I just need to have the thing set up, but I don't even know where I should go through to have it set up and how I should like operate. So there's a lot of question marks on how this thing is supposed to go. Um, so I'm hoping I can get that figured out. Anyway, um, is there anything else? Yeah, I still gotta do the figure out the suit time. Mm, maybe I'll do it the 13th, like Monday the 13th. And then worst comes to worst, if the suit's like totally not ready or there more adjustments need to be made, um, maybe a week and a half would be enough, but I doubt it. Especially because it's getting towards that like wedding season. This is where they are very busy. So yeah. Which, by the way, I am very excited for you guys to see the suit. It looks great. Um, yeah, it's just really cool. So, um, and remember, back in what was it, like March or April when I first started planning this suit, um, it was all because of there was like a video. It's actually really funny. There was a video that someone had put out that spoke really strong to me in that moment. And one of the suggestions was to get something nice, like red carpet, like worthy nice. Um for potentially an event, who knows? And then it was kind of mentioned at the end of like, you may not even wear it at the end of the day. But it's you just need this for some reason. And the moment that you hang it up in your closet is the moment you know you're ready. And so I'm thinking like the 13th, I mean, I plan on having everything done by the 11th or the 12th. And so that would totally line up where it's like I go get this suit, I see it, I put it in my closet, and it's like, yeah, I am ready because I've gotten my list done. And so really it's just doing last minute things and making sure that I'm dotting my I's and crossing my T's. Um, so this week is going to be really busy, honestly. Uh, I don't got a lot of time to just sit around and do nothing because you know, each individual thing isn't a big deal, but they're all kind of important in one way or another. So, yeah. Um, I don't know. Other than that, I'm looking forward to this new, I guess, journey. And I realize I don't know how it's going to all turn out, but the fact that before my trip, we're doing a like, for lack of a better term, a summoning of fucking aliens before the trip. I'm like, yeah, I mean, something's gonna happen. I definitely know I'm supposed to be there. I don't know why I'm supposed to be there, but I thought about like maybe that's where I'm supposed to have the suit. Um, but I thought about it and it's like I don't know if it fits. I don't know if that I don't know if it really fits there. So yeah. But okay. I think I'm gonna wind down for the day. I will talk to you guys tomorrow and yeah, I guess I will say my knee is not getting better. Uh or at least I'm feeling it more, but I am also testing it more and stretching it more. So, there's something to say about that. But I don't know. I I know it is gonna get better in the next couple days. I just need to keep stretching it, not overexert myself. I think those are the two main things. So yeah. Anyway, have a good night. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye.